Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I am beating Martin with as few pawns as possible. So I am most definitely going to lose this game where I have just one pawn, but we will see how it goes. And once Martin captures my pawn, I'll count that as a defeat because I can't win anymore. I can only win or draw if he does like a repetition or something, which he probably doesn't. So we'll count that as a loss and then move on to two pawns, and then we'll keep going and we'll see what number what number of pawns I will beat Martin at. Let's go ahead and move on to game number one. Alright, game number one. We have one pawn. I'm like literally sure that nothing's gonna happen. Nothing good is gonna happen in this game. So we will just, wait around. And he could have just like sacked his bishop and that would have counted as a defeat. But he doesn't. Let's go a little, let's go on a, I don't know. I'm just moving my king a bunch. Okay, now we're getting checkmated. Oh my god. I don't know why I did that. I was like, the only piece we have is the king. So let's just go on a, let's just try to scavenge some pieces. With that, we lose game number one, unsurprisingly. Let's go ahead and move on to two pawns. Alright, the second pawn I can either place on f2 or d2. I think I'm going to put it on d2 so my king has a little bit of shelter. And as you can see, we're not dead anymore because here it was apparently a maiden 7. There's no way Martin's going to find maiden 7. But now it's actually minus 19, so not so bad. Okay, we'll go ahead and practice versus computer. And then change the bot to Martin, because if we're playing maximum, then that is a bit of a problem. Okay, two pawns. Here we go. You guys should leave a comment on this video predicting how many pawns it will take me to beat Martin, because if you actually predict it right or get it close, that would be pretty cool. Okay, I guess I'm not really like having any strategy here for these first few games. I'm just kind of waiting around until he checkmates me, which is gonna happen anytime soon. There we go, bishop h6. Alright, with that, we lose game number two, also not surprisingly. Let's go ahead and move on to game number three. I will go ahead and add, let's do an f pawn so that my king has full shelter. Alright, game number three. Now, what would be funny is if I just move my king around like this, and then his queen came out and it back rank checkmate me. Like, let's just see if he's capable of doing that, I'm just gonna move back and forth. Oh, okay, he took my pawn, defended by the knight, and now I can't move my king. Martin, you're not supposed to do that, bro. You're Martin. Oh my god, what is this? Queen h4. Oh god, what happened? Sorry guys, I don't know what happened there. I think I like accidentally clicked inspect or something. I don't know. With that, we get mated in 9 moves with the strategy of King D1, King E1, King D1, King E1, King D1, King E1, King D1, King E1, random move and checkmate. There's also this clever idea of if I push this pawn, then queen here is checkmate. If I push this pawn, then queen here is checkmate. So he literally set up a forced maiden 2, which is kind of insane for Martin to spot. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to 4 pawns. So far, things aren't surprising because, I mean, we have like 2 or 3 pawns, bro. Like, we're basically always gonna lose, right? I'm just gonna take the center, maybe support these pawns with my king a little bit, okay, he's getting aggressive here, which I don't like. Oh, God. Here comes Martin taking all the... I can't even take that because it's defended by the bishop. Martin, how are you doing this? Oh my god. Knight takes d3, discovered check, and checkmate. That is insane. Martin's getting so much better. Wow. I did not expect him to play like this. Like, look at this. e4. He just brought the queen out immediately. And then he didn't even, like, go for my pawns. Like, usually Martin, like, goes pawn hunting, right? He just took my pawn and he checkmated me. Like, that was crazy. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to 5 pawns. Alright, we'll go with the G pawn, just so that it's, symmetrical from my king's perspective, I guess. I don't really know if that makes sense, but, let's go for a big center. Alright, Martin, let's go E4 and D4. And then let's not overextend too much because there's like Queen B4, so I will stop that. And I'll bring my king in to defend some pieces, or pawns. Queen G5, dang, already a fork. How is Martin getting so good? I guess King F3 is kind of forced. And then we'll move this pawn up so we can stop defending. Oh my god. Dude, what is going on? Am I just playing terrible today, or is Martin like a lot better than he was a few weeks ago? Well, I recorded a video a few weeks ago where I played Martin with only 2 bishops, and he was not playing like Martin. He was playing like an 800, like literally an 800. So, not really sure what's going on, but let's go ahead and move on to 6 pawns. Alright, we'll go B2, just so that it's symmetrical towards the middle, I guess, towards the D and E. And then let's practice against computer. And then Martin. Okay. Let's take the center. He's playing the French defense, which is like a good opening. Like, how does this guy know openings? Alright, I'm just gonna defend everything. See, the problem with pawns is that if you get them from behind, like, just a simple Queen H4, Queen H1, and you can start taking all the pawns. Right, so, as the only piece that can actually move backwards is the king, which is what you're trying to checkmate, it's not exactly a good situation. Okay, and there comes the bishop, there comes the queen, the knight is ready to hop in. This is already looking terrible. Yep, that pawn drops, and there should be a mate in a second. Let's go ahead and move on to 7 pawns. Man, this is not gonna work out. How is Martin getting so good nowadays? Like, I beat him with the queen, with only a queen, and then I beat him only with the rook. And like, he was playing terrible. But now he's actually doing so good. I'm just gonna put all my... Yeah, the problem is if I put everything on light squares, then my dark squares are weak. If I put everything on dark squares, then it's vice versa. All of my light squares are weak. If I put sub on sub, then I can't defend the pawns. So, I'm cooked, and there is the checkmate. We'll try to deflect him, but no such luck, and we do in fact get mated on the 9th move. That's crazy. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to a full row of pawns. Alright, after we lose this game, which I'm like 95% sure is gonna happen, I think it'll get a little bit better, because once I start having pawns on the second, dude, why does that keep happening? Once I have pawns on the 2nd rank, or the 3rd rank, I guess, then we can actually have pawns that defend each other, so it's gonna be a lot better, because, I can make, for example, if there was a pawn here, this would be a lot more solidified, and right away we get Queen G5, trying to, take the pawn. Martin doesn't even want the pawn. Now he's going Queen A5. Well, I can't really allow Queen D2 because then all of my pawns are gonna get eaten. But there's nothing I can do to stop it. I have to go up, which is how is that check? Oh my god, the bishop. So what if I go here? Then that's checkmate. And what if I go here? Then this is checkmate. Wow. That's actually insane. Okay, let's move on to the first game with pawns that are above other pawns, which is the 9th game. I think I'm gonna put the pawn on E3, because then, I don't know, it just seems right because my king is on E1, so it just feels right that I should be able to put it directly above the king, and not maximum, because, Okay, Martin. Martin, come on, Martin. You're dumb, okay? You're dumb today. I'm just defending all my pawns, and already oh my god. He sacrifices the bishop because queen there, and then there's pawn c6 checkmate. Like, dude, how does this happen? Can someone please tell me? How is Martin finding these ridiculous checkmates? The queen controls these squares. The bishop controls these squares. The pawn controls this, the knight controls this, and the knight protects the pawn, which gives it, like, okay, this, like, what is going on? Let's move on to 10 pawns. Alright, 10 pawns. Maybe I should just, stop pushing in the center and actually just defend all my pawns. Because now that I have pawns that are actually defended from the start, maybe I can get my king to defend other pawns. So I'm just gonna create like a pawn chain so that everything is defended. Everything is defended. Just the 2 pawns that are not defended are these 2, so I'm gonna push them so that they are defended. Now with this formation, I think literally everything in my position is defended. Right? Defended, defended. These 2. Defended, 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 defended. Defended, defended. Yes, okay, okay, everything except the c pawn's defended. So I'll move the king over. Oh wait. Okay, that was really stupid. I don't know why I did that. So now that everything is defended, let's just forget about everything I just said and instead try to oh my god, why did I do that? If I had just gotten like king e1. Okay, I'm still getting mated, but I lost an extra move. Alright, well, let's move on to 11 pawns. I think I'll go with f3. I'm just doing whatever comes to mind. It's not really like systematic in any way. Okay, 11 pawns. Oh my god, this is getting a little bit crazy. I'm gonna go b4, a4. Oh, bro. Okay, now this pawn is isolated, so let's forget about him. Push in the center. Push in the center. Defend. Push here. Well, I don't want to get too many pawns on dark squares because then my light squares are weak. So let's go there. He wants to trade? No, Martin, I don't want to trade. I'm only down 29 points in material. And when I was playing with a queen, I was down 30. And when I was playing with the rook, I was down 34. So I'm officially more than both of those. But I'm still losing because the queen is gonna get in. Like, having so many pawns scattered around the board isn't necessarily an advantage. If you know what I mean. Okay, he's gonna take here, or he's gonna get in. Which one do I want to allow? I mean, I can't stop both, so which one should I rather allow? Getting in here, because material is material, and I'm gonna defend against it. Okay, now every single one of my pawns are on dark squares, so his light squared bishop and queen are really powerful, and somehow I'm going to get checkmated. Wow! Amazing stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and do 12 pawns. Alright, I don't know how long this is gonna be. I thought I could probably have a chance at 6 pawns and maybe do 8 pawns, but by like 10 pawns, I was like pretty sure I could do it. By 12 pawns, I was like very sure I could beat Martin. So maybe I'm just being too passive, Maybe I gotta get to him before he gets to me. So what if I just push everybody? You all gotta go. Yes, take. Boom. Oh no, bad idea. Bad idea. No. No. No, oh my god, what is happening? Oh. Okay. 13 pawns then. 13 pawns. I did not think it was gonna be this hard. Honestly. I did not think so. Alright, I mean, let's just go. I'm not gonna do a strategy where you wait around. I have en passant. I mean, you have to play en passant, right? I'm getting to the point where I'm soon gonna have 2 full rows of pawns. So, okay. I thought he wasn't gonna take that so I could get a nice, maybe queen trap or at least win the bishop, but no such luck. He always takes back. Like, I don't, oh no. Why did I allow the rook to get in? Okay, well now it's hopeless. Yeah, there we go. Okay. 14 pawns. Whoops, I clicked on practice versus computer again. Instead of edit position. You gotta edit the position so you can add an extra pawn. And then you practice versus computer. And then you do this. Okay, 14 pawns. Let's go. I'm just gonna push everybody. Okay, I don't want to have too many pawns on the light squares or dark squares, so push evenly, and I gotta stop playing so fast. Like, maybe that's the problem. I'm just playing too fast. Okay, and we're getting mated. That is insane. Okay, 15 pawns. We are, I mean, I don't even know. Next game, we're gonna have a full 2 rows of pawns. I'm gonna play a bit slower. Let's stop this pawn. Stop this one. Control the center. Push this guy. Okay, yeah, we need more backup. If I take this way, then I can reinforce easily. If I take this way, then I open up the queen, and I don't like that. Reinforce. Move up. Move up. Move up. Oh, he could have sacked. He could have sacked. Okay, he didn't see it, though. Okay, all of a sudden, now we have, like, the exact same position as before, except for the, weird pawn positions. But everything is, like, 2 rows up. So, if only I could, like, get a pawn break. That actually helps. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, shoot, I hung that. When I took away, then I hung this, which is kind of sad. You know what? We're gonna end this video with 2 full rows of pawns. And if I can't beat Martin by then just, he sacrificed his knight so he could activate his queen. Like, where is Martin getting this energy from? I don't even know. How is that checkmate? Isn't there king? Oh, when the queen moved, it opened up the bishop so it protects g2. Alright, yeah. I've had enough of this. Last game. 2 full rows of pawns. 8 times 2. 8 times 2. 16 pawns. Can we beat Martin with 16 pawns? That is the big question. And if I can't, then I guess we will have to make a second video on this and try again. At this point, I'm only down 23 points of material, which is like nothing because I'm 1400 and Martin's 200. So 23 points is like nothing. Now I don't want to like go here or something and just hang this completely. There's also a sacrifice, but I'm just betting that Martian is gonna see it. Can I take that back, please? I'm not doing that, okay? Like, at this point, yes, you could say I cheated, but, like, this is just for... Oh, no. Oh, my God! Queenie won! Oh, my God. That's the craziest checkmate I've ever seen. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that. Sorry I couldn't beat Martin, but he's getting real good. I had 16 pawns. Like, if I put this position to Stockfish, it's minus 16? Wait, are you sure? Hold on a minute. What about 3 rows of pawns? How much is 3 rows of pawns? It's also minus 16. How is C3 possible? I think Stockfish is lagging. Stockfish is lagging because this is an insane position. And Queenie 1 is crazy. If I just like move my king back, I'm still getting checkmate in like 5 moves. 1, 2, and then like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 or something. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, please let me know in the comments how it was. Did you guys foresee this? Did you guys predict that I wouldn't be able to beat Martin with 16 pawns? As well as 1 and 2 and 3. All the way up to 16? Let me know in the comments, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and bye. Like and subscribe.